basically what we are hearing is that Pascal Siakam and the Toronto Raptors eye December 30th as a deadline for their contract extension, meaning that the Toronto Raptors and Pascal Siakam are going to try to work out a contract extension before December 30th. If no deal occurs by tomorrow, he will be traded before the deadline. The contract extension signed before December 30th will allow the Raptors flexibility to trade Siakam next summer ahead of free agency. So regardless, even if they extend him, it'll allow them to trade him. With the eligibility of being able to sign a 4-year, $192 million extension, both sides have had the discussions over the framework of a new deal since the start of the season. The Pacers have expressed interest in Siakam as well as Mr. OG Anunoby. And I think that's where we look at this and we think, okay. I personally think sign him to an extension and trade him. If you want to see how this season plays out, sign him to the extension, then trade. And if you still want to rebuild in the offseason, I just think losing your players for absolutely nothing is the worst thing you can do. Worst thing you can do. And we've seen this happen time in and time out again. And I personally just want to see a team have success. And when I mean a team have success, I mean this one. Okay? I've always have found that the Toronto Raptors are one of the more fun teams to watch in the NBA. And when they're not doing well, the season isn't as fun as it has been in the years past. So I'm all for, let's push this. Let's try to find success. And even if they don't want to stay here, losing your players for nothing is the worst thing you can do, in my opinion. Worst thing you can do, because you're just like getting rid of them, and I don't necessarily am a fan of that. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Is this just me, or are you guys in agreement with me? Because I don't know. It's definitely an interesting situation they put themselves in. And I don't know what is technically the right or wrong answer. That's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. We'll dive into the Hawks and everybody in a second. Just want to make sure we're hitting all the headlines this morning. But yeah, I think the Raptors are another team that, like, even if they don't want to keep them long term, they want to rebuild. The Hawks want Pascal. Re-sign and then trade him to the Hawks in the offseason. If you guys don't think the season's going to work out, that's what I would do at the very least. But, every team is different. And I think when we see this situation just developing more and more, it just seems like, hey. Also, there's a great article, 2023 Detroit Pistons versus the 2020 versus the 2011 to 12 Bobcats. That's funny. All right, yeah.